Got a free winner for Thursday Night Football, plus teams to buy low and sell high on, how the market is moving, and a crazy trend for Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. Welcome to the Power 5 for NFL Week 5 here on WagerTalk TV, everybody. I am, of course, Bryan Power, and as we always do, let us start by looking at the WagerTalk.com live odds screen and see where the market is moving here for NFL Week 5. All line movement that I'm going to talk about current as of Thursday morning for these Sunday games. Second week in a row, we've got a game over in London. Once again, Jacksonville is involved. This time they take on Buffalo. Look ahead line for this game, Bills -4. But the number was adjusted to -5.5 pretty quickly on the heels of the Bills' impressive win over Miami. That, of course, was a big 5% winner for yours truly. Jacksonville, they didn't have much difficulty beating Atlanta on the other side of the pond last week. Let's see how they do in the underdog role against the Bills. Interesting movement, speaking of Atlanta, on the Falcons game against the Texans. Texans got as low as +1.5, but we've seen some buyback on the Falcons. They are now back up to -2 on Sunday. Bettors are loving the Lions this week. They're up to -10 against the Panthers. We've seen a change in favorite in the AFC South battle between Titans and Colts, the former now a 2-point road favorite. After the Giants lay an egg on Monday night, no surprise here, an adjustment made by the odds makers. G-Men now +11 at Miami. Not much line movement for Saints Patriots. I'll have more on that game later on. Ravens, though, have taken money up to -4 in Pittsburgh. The total for that game also down to 38, as there's a good chance we see Mitchell Trubisky starting for the Steelers. Big adjustment for Bengals-Cardinals, as the look-ahead line was -8, but with Cincy's unimpressive start, they're just -3 on the road. I did a free preview of that game elsewhere on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Check that out. Philadelphia, one of only two remaining undefeated teams, but it looks like sharp money has come in on the Rams. They're now down to +4.5 after that number opened +6 in LA. Jets, another underdog that's taken money. They've gone from +3 to +1.5 in Denver. More underdogs that have taken money. Vikings down to +4 at home versus Kansas City. And on Sunday Night Football, the 49ers open -3 and are out to -4 at a couple shops versus Dallas. Big Sunday night game there. Monday Nighter is Packers at Raiders. Slight moves towards the favorite and over there. Let's catch our breath, because that's all the line movement. And now we've got to decide, who are we selling high on for Week 5? I think those undefeated Eagles. 3 of their 4 wins this year have come by 1 possession, and they have not exactly been facing a slew of high-caliber opponents, guys. Meanwhile, the Rams, much better than expected. They're 2-0-2 ATS. Yes, 2 pushes, despite playing only once here at home. As I said earlier, the line movement for this matchup, as of Thursday, suggests sharp money is on the home dog. And it's worth noting, undefeated teams like the Eagles in Week 5 or later are just 37-48 ATS when favored on the road. The Eagles' defense has certainly been susceptible through the air, and Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford has looked great thus far, could be getting Cooper Kupp back as well. Interestingly, both the Eagles and Rams are coming off overtime wins last week on the road. However, note, the Eagles, they trailed by as many as 10 points in regulation at Washington, while the Rams were up by as many as 23 in Indianapolis. I am selling the Eagles as road favorites in NFL Week 5. Let me know if you agree down in the comments section, and also let me know what you think of this week's buy low team, which is the New England Patriots. Oof, hold your nose on this one. I'm not lying. Patriots, they're hosting the Saints this week in a battle of 2 teams coming off blowout losses. The Pats, they lose 31-3 at home to Dallas, while the Saints lost also at home 26-9 to the Bucs. So it was a very terrible Week 4 for both these teams. No denying, speaking of terrible, that Patriots quarterback Mac Jones did not look good against the Cowboys. But at least he's healthy right now, which is more than you can say for New Orleans quarterback Derek Carr. Also, while the Patriots are 1-3 on the year, let's look at who they've played, okay? Eagles, Dolphins, Cowboys. Those are all top 5 teams in the NFL. The Saints have faced the Titans, Panthers, Packers, and Bucs. I'd play New England on the money line here. Stat of the day. Oh, I teased this at the open about Lamar Jackson. Over the last 3 seasons, Jackson is a perfect 6-0 ATS as an underdog, but he's just 7-15 ATS as a favorite. Again, Ravens, a 4-point road favorite in Pittsburgh, a rivalry that has a history of close games and, quite frankly, not a lot of points either. So it's tough to lay points on the road given that series history. I'll get to our free Thursday night winner in a moment, but just to let you know, I am hitting 72% with NFL sides through the first 4 weeks of the season, 8-3 overall record. That includes a massive 5% win last Sunday with Buffalo beating Miami 48-20. For a limited time, you can get all of my selections for the next 7 days for just $79. Be sure to use the code POWER7 at checkout. That's POWER 7. You get not just my NFL, but college. I'm going to have a 5% play on Saturday. We're on fire with these 5% plays. 4 straight winners, 75% in football with 5% going back to last bowl season. You get the Major League Baseball playoffs, and you get soccer as well. I've been absolutely unconscious with soccer, guys. 6 straight winners overall heading into Thursday. Also, with 49 straight days of football on tap, you can get the next 7 weeks for just $39 per week. That's NFL and college. Head on over to my page, wt.buzz/BP, for more details on that. Okay, here's your free winner for Thursday night. Bears at Commanders. We've seen some buyback on the Bears in the market. This line got as high as -7, but it's now down to -6. I want no part of the Bears or laying points with the Commanders, so let's look at the total instead. This number's up to 44.5 for good reason. The Bears' defense is absolutely atrocious, having allowed the second most points in the league so far. But the Commanders aren't far behind, having allowed the 4th most points. All 4 Chicago games this year have gone over the total, and going back to last season, we know they've lost 14 consecutive games. Well, they've given up at least 25 points in each of those 14 straight losses. If Washington can get over 25, which I think they will, then this game should have no problem going over. Justin Fields actually had a great game against Denver last week in a losing effort. I'm on the over Thursday night. I'll have even more on this game with Prez and Teddy on WagerTalk today at noon Eastern. But that does it for the Power 5 for NFL Week 5. Check me out on Twitter at Bryan Power _wins. Of course, make sure you're subscribed to the WagerTalk YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our outstanding sports betting content. Now let's all go cash some tickets.